54 degrees. We were 8 below normal today. We're not going to be seeing this anytime soon. And look where we started at 25 degrees earlier this morning compared to a normal low of 39. Right now it's 42, the relative humidity 26%, and a south-southwest wind at 7 miles per hour. Right now we have temperatures across the island that are in the 30s, and Connecticut too, from 29 degrees in Danbury, but the Connecticut coast 35, clear across from Greenwich all the way on out to New Haven along 95, and it seems like mid-30s are the best for Nassau County and Suffolk County right now as well. 42 in the city, 32 Andover, 34 degrees in Belmar, and you can see the clouds increasing. All right, this is one little weather system for your Monday morning commute. Clear now, increasing clouds as we go on through. This is mostly rain showers for late tonight and Monday morning, but I would not be surprised if some northwest suburbs, especially the higher terrain, start picking up some wet snowflakes again. Then that passes on through during the day. This is the cold front right here, and you can see it'll get on through our area during the afternoon. But watch what happens after this now, because this too is just one system that'll come on through tomorrow morning. There it is, mostly rain showers. You can see a little bit of mixed precip up to the north and west, especially the higher terrain, as I said. Now you're okay into Tuesday morning, but watch what happens Tuesday afternoon. This is the next batch, and notice even Tuesday, our northern and western suburbs could see some wintry mix, not just a cold rain during the day on Tuesday. I don't think we're getting into the 50s on Tuesday. It'll probably stay in the 40s because the storm itself is going by to the south of the city. As you see here, the potential for some heavy rain off to the south of the city. So there goes Monday. Here's your system on Tuesday. And so the beginning of this week is not great. 34 for tonight. Showers or even a little bit of a mix towards morning. And there's your range in the suburbs. The suburbs cold now, but actually turning around and coming up a little bit. 50 with early showers tomorrow and 42 to 51 in the suburbs. Take a look at the 7-day forecast here, and you can see that a shower or two possible tomorrow. We have rain later in the day on Tuesday. Showers coming in on Wednesday. It's basically in the 40s here, but then this is the good stuff. But here's your rain for later in the day on Tuesday. We're thinking right now morning should be dry, a wet evening commute, and again, a little bit of wintry mix could mix in there during the day on Tuesday. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, at least we're getting milder. Yep, there could be rain towards the end of the week, but those are the temperatures, Heidi, that a lot more people would like. Towards Easter weekend, it's chilly again.
Okay. Thank you, Craig.
Okay.
Dueling groups of protesters gathered this weekend to voice their opinions on Governor Cuomo's education reforms. The governor's plan provides more support for charter schools and places more important on testing students and teachers. Opponents think the plan draws resources away from the public schools. Meanwhile, this week, New York's Common Core standards and tests and the money to fund them come up for a vote in Albany. It's meant to help improve our children's education, but it's causing so much controversy. So many New Yorkers are against them that some are saying our classrooms are in crisis. James Ford.
7th grader Nico Hardison and his 5th grader sister Nadia, they have homework every night and try to do their best, and they have another thing in common with other students.
Me and Nico actually came home crying one day because we were piled up with this stuff, and it was just really annoying.
She's talking about the schoolwork they have to do in order to meet Common Core standards. Those are targeted New York public education goals. Goals like make sense of problems and persevere in solving them in math, or read and comprehend complex literary and informational texts in English. Goals pretty much every parent wants their kids to reach. But
if the homework is this way, I can't imagine what is on this test.
Nadia and Nico's mom got them exempted from the most controversial part of Common Core, the yearly test designed to assess students' learning, and she's not alone.
Up to 250,000 refusals in New York State.
50% of our 9th grade class opted out.
Dr. Carol Burris was the 2013 New York Principal of the Year. Many families whose kids have come to her school, Southside High, have said no.
The Common Core tests, and at least the opinion of 50% of our parents, are not very good tests.
I'm a big test believer.
John Murphy opted out his 2 children for the last 3 years. He's also the assistant principal at Southside.
The test, the way it is by its very definition, cannot assess those things. A student's passion for and love of reading.
But take a look. The Common Core standards are designed to do just that. So what's happening?
Change is difficult, and so a new test means that we're doing things a different way.
Arthur Everett is a teacher in Brooklyn who supports Common Core.
It's not about teaching to the test, it's about teaching to the standard. The standard is a set of skills.
Not only does he differ in opinion from the anti-Common Core administrators of Southside High, he and most educators and families differ in experience. As its sign says, Southside is one of the nation's best schools, but most of New York's schools are in worse shape than Dr. Burris's.
Educators like her, parents, teachers, etc., ought to be working to change those assessments and make improvements to them.
Stephen Sigmund runs High Achievement New York. He says the same thing some parents told PIX11 News.
The standards were raised. They were challenged to think more critically than depending on rote memorization. I don't see that as a bad thing.
And Common Core advocates point to this. A recent detailed poll of teachers nationwide shows 68% of them say Common Core is going well. That figure jumps to 81% in schools that have used Common Core for at least a couple of years. But there's one big sticking point.
The teacher evaluation being tied to the state tests, I, in good faith, can't be part of that. So that's why my children won't be taking the tests.
Doreen Freiling is a music teacher upset over Governor Cuomo's proposal to base 50% of a teacher's evaluation on Common Core-based test scores. Even teachers who support Common Core disapprove.
So to link people's performances or their evaluations so heavily to tests is a little bit skewed.
And that was James Ford reporting. That does it for us at 10. Don't forget to wake up with the PIX11 Morning News starting at 5 a.m. Have a great night. And Darryl is with the sports desk next. I can't talk. It's time for me to say
time for
bye.
you to go. You've got
Time
to
for me to go.
All right. Well, coming up on Sports Desk, the Mets. Well, they had a good outing from one of these guys that they're going to need desperately this year. The Rangers, Islanders, and Devils all have mixed results. And the Final Four, we'll see some